Hey guys, my name is Sam.
My name is Tina.
My name is Grace.
My name is Mona.
Yay! I will be discussing about the evolution of media, and I'm assigned to the perfect Egyptian hieroglyphics.
My topic is all about industrial age.
And I will discuss about the electronic age that's been started to 1930s up to 1980s.
And my topic is prehistoric age.
Wish 106. Yan lang. Thank you.
Ayun. Uy, let's
Then
get
let's get
started.
started.
So, 1, 2, 3, go!
Let's get started!
Yay! Mm. Uulit tayo sapagkat hindi na i-record yung una kong sinasabi. So, hey guys, my name is Samantha Julian. Today we will be talking about the evolution of media throughout the ages. Timeline created by Parent Joyce Phelps for 20 credits zero. In 2000 BCE, writing was developed. Sabi dito, he who destroys a good book kills reason itself. John Milton, in recorded history, writing is one of the first channels ever used by man. So, sinasabi dito na ang unang form of media daw nung way back 3000 BCE ay yung writing. Kung wala tayong writing, up until now, wala pa rin tayong form of media, we won't evolve. Next is rock carving. Dito po, inuukit yung bato. Yung mga natural rocks ay inuukit nila to form a word para makabuo ng salita, signage, mga symbols. Ano pa ba? Hinihingal ako, kinakabahan ako. Kaya ko to. Owing to permanence of material, stoneworks has survived which was created during our prehistory. This is done because paper is yet to discover that time. So, sobrang creative po ng mga tao during prehistoric period kasi prehistoric age na tinatawag kasi imagine kung hindi nila na-invento yon, baka struggle is real tayo, wala tayong media ngayon. Meron tayong papanoorin ngayon na video, the first era through media called the hieroglyphs. Ayun, hinga munang malalim sapagkat ako'y kinakabahan. So, ngayon papanoorin natin siya. So, kung makikita po natin dito, nandito yung thousands of scripts, yung mga symbols na ginagamit nila. Siguro, to communicate. Royal Cable, ano na? Pasensya na po saan. May ads pa, hindi po ito. Hindi ito nangyayari. Yung Rosetta Stone, it is the evidence system writing nila. So, saan na tayo napunta, people? Pinapakita din ng hieroglyphs yung mga history ng mga namuno ng Egyptian period. Hieroglyphs, dito nag-evolve yung mga letters, contracts. So, up until now, sa hieroglyphs nagmula yung mga ginagamit natin. Although merong phonetic alphabet, pero walang phonetic alphabet kung walang hieroglyphs. Meron. Si Ramsey, Ramsey the King. Imagine, meron ng book nun, meron na silang na-invento na book, ano nila binabasa? So, yun lang. Ginagamit nila yung hieroglyphs sa mga signage ng stores nila. Parang kagaya lang din ng ginagawa natin yan. Pero noon talaga. So, that's hieroglyphs. I hope you learned something. Meron pang i-discuss yung isa kong kaibigan. So, listen. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Miss Samantha Julian. And now let's proceed to my topic, which is the prehistoric age, 1500 BC to 1500 AD, invention of writing system. The history of writing traces the development of expressing language by letters or other marks, and also the studies and descriptions of these developments. Writing system. The invention of the alphabet about 1500 BC ushered in the third phase in the evolution of writing in the ancient Near East, SAS 2005. In the history of how writing systems have evolved in different human civilizations, more complete writing systems were preceded by proto-writing systems of ideographic or early mnemonic symbols. Symbols or letters that makes remembering them easier. True writing, in which the content of a linguistic utterance is encoded so that another reader can reconstruct, with a fair degree of accuracy, the exact utterance written down, is a later development. This earliest alphabet was a complete departure from the previous syllabaries. One of the earliest forms of written expression is cuneiform. As you can see in my PowerPoint, that is the example of cuneiform. It is distinguished from proto-writing, which typically avoids encoding grammatical words and affixes, making it more difficult or even impossible to reconstruct the exact meaning intended by the writer unless a great deal of context is already known in advance. Symbolic communication systems are distinguished from writing systems in that one must usually understand something of the associated spoken language to comprehend the text. In contrast, symbolic systems, such as information science, painting, maps, and mathematics, often do not require prior knowledge of a spoken language. Every human community possesses language, a feature regarded by many as an innate and defining condition of humanity. However, the development of writing systems and their partial supplantation of traditional oral systems of communication have been sporadic, uneven, and slow. Once established, writing systems on the whole change more slowly than their spoken counterparts and often preserve features and expressions that no longer exist in the spoken language. Invention of writing. In my PowerPoint, I already discussed earlier the cuneiform, and other invention of writing are pictographs, which is the pictures and symbols. The next one is scribe, which is the writer, and the last one is epics, long poems that tell the stories of heroes. Invention of writing, also commonly known as brainstorming, is the step in the writing process wherein a writer endeavors to unveil the ideas that they will base their written work around. That's all for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. And now, let's proceed to your topic, Miss Christina De Leon.
Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I will talk about industrial age. Industrial age started in 70s and ends in 1930s. Sa age na ito ay discover nila ang paggamit ng steam at nakagawa sila ng mga iron machines. Dahil sa age na iyon ay salan sila sa coated iron. Nagbabago ang pamumuhay ng mga tao dahil sa mga naimbento nilang mga bagay. Well, in terms of communication, they use paper and ballpen, and sa newspaper naman ay gumagamit sila ng printing press and paper. To create books for important information para sa next generation, they use printing press and paper. In 1640, the London Gazette is one of the official journals in British government. They invented punch cards in 1750s. In 1826, Joseph Paul Niepce, a French inventor, creates a very first permanent photograph camera. And yung picture na nakuhaan ng kanyang invento ay hindi pa colored at ito ay white and black pattern. At ang kanyang invento ay nag-exist pa rin hanggang ngayon sa isa sa mga museum sa Burgundy, France. In 1829, William Byrd the father of typewriter, an American inventor, created typewriter which he called a typographer. Pero itong typewriter na invento niya ay matagal gamitin dahil sa mga dahil sa keys nito na mahirap o matigas pindutin at kinakailangan na nito ng black ink para magawa ng letters and newspapers. Then in 1835, Sir Samuel Morse invented telegraph. Ang telegraph ay isang device para makapag-send ng message through wires. In 1896, Mr. Thomas Armat and Francis Jenkins invented motion picture photography projection. Ang haba naman sis. But it's just a movie or video with no sound. It's just like projection, ganun. Tapos may white, yung parang white na ganun style. Tapos, and as time goes by, in 1929, they invented or must upgrade nila yung motion picture photography / projection. At ito ay nagkaroon din ng sound. And it is called motion picture sound.
Hello, madlang Lumbercats! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. Thank you for that wonderful presentation, Miss Christina De Leon. And I will report the electronic age that's been started in 1930s to 1980s. So, here it is. Let's get started. The electronic age. The electronic age began when electronic equipment, including computers, came into use. Ambrose Fleming, the device that gave birth to an electronic age rooted in this new physics, became known, at least in the US, as the vacuum tube. Conventionally, two men figure in the story of its creation: the Englishman Ambrose Fleming and the American Lee De Forest. The invention of the transistor ushered in the electronic age. People harnessed the power of transistors that led to the transistor radio, electronic circuits, and the early computer. In this age, long-distance communication became more efficient. The next is transistor radio. A transistor radio is a small portable radio receiver that uses transistor-based circuitry. Following their development in 1954, made possible by the invention of the transistor in 1947, they became the most popular electronic communication device in history, with billions manufactured during the 1960s and 1970s. A transistor radio used for a radio receiver in which semiconductor devices, primarily transistor and semiconductor diodes, are used for the amplification, frequency conversion, and detection of signals. This is a transistor radio. The next is television. Television is a system for transmitting visual images and sound that are reproduced on screens, chiefly used to broadcast programs for entertainment, information, and education. Television program in 1941. On July 1st, 1941, commercial television broadcasting officially began in New York City. 3 stations, representing CBS, NBC, and Dumont, were on the air. Television, sometimes shortened to tel or tele, is a telecommunication medium used for transmitting moving images and this is a television in 1941. And the next is EDSAC, short for Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator. EDSAC is an early British computer considered to be the first stored program electronic computer. It was created at the University of Cambridge in England, performed its calculation on May 6, 1949, and was the computer that ran the first graphical computer game nicknamed Baby. In the picture to the right is an example of the EDSAC computer. It is inspired by John von Neumann's seminal first draft of a report on the EDVAC. Maurice Wilkes, designed in 1947 by a team led by Maurice Wilkes. The EDSAC is a large-scale electronic calculating machine in which ultrasonic delay units are used for storage of orders and numbers. It is serial in operation and works in the scale of 2. Punch tape is used for input and the teleprinter for output. This is the example of EDSAC.
And that's all. Thank you. And now we will proceed.
So we're heading to the last stage of media.
And we will be watching the new media that is happening in our society today.
Yun po. Okay mo na. Let's get it on. Start!
Time-lapse yan, di ba?
This is a simple video to help grown-ups understand new media and what.
Pwede tayo magsalita.
First of all, new media is hardly considered new anymore. However, for many grown-ups, it still feels new and different. So let's start by defining
Iingay na
the
ako.
short definition that new media is an online and digital way of exchanging information. The terms online, digital, the internet, and World Wide Web simply
Internet.
refer to the virtual space where all
Internet.
information is being exchanged on digital devices like computers,
Arte
iPads,
magsalita.
and smartphones.
So, pinasabi ko dito, example lang yung media na ginagawa natin. Ito ginagawa po natin. Yeah? Goods. Goods. Yan, goods.
Yes.
Goods.
Good.
We are now on web.
Kala ko bawal magsalita. Ay, kala ko pwede magsalita.
Web 2 allows users to interact and collaborate with each other as both consumers and producers of media. In other words, as media guru Henry Jenkins would say, we are living in a participatory culture, and when it comes to media, this is important.
Okay.
Here's why.
So, anong halimbawa ng participatory media? Uy, kumain na sa tension.
Hindi ko ako makikinig. Sabi mo time-lapse na.
Pwede mong iyan yung mic mo. Pwede yung participatory media yung mga lasada.
Ikaw may alam mo. Explain mo. Hindi ka makikinig.
According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, the average 8 to 18-year-old spends 7 hours and 38 minutes using media on a typical day.
Naniniwala ko kayo doon.
Hindi.
Uy, mo. Hindi pala.
Beses ka gumagamit ng social media. Ikaw,
It's too late now.
Aba,
good day.
ano, 24/7.
Hindi niyo po ba alam? Lumalagpas na kami ng 24 oras.
Hindi na namin alam ang oras sa paggamit ng social media.
Anong time check natin? 11:15 na, nakatulipad pa rin ako.
Ganun po siya sa age.
Parents and executives are so good at multitasking, like texting with friends while watching YouTube virtual. They spend 8 hours and 45 minutes worth of media content into those 7.5 hours. In fact, kids spend more time with media than they do with their families or in school. Why? Well, that's a good question. So good, in fact, that the MacArthur Foundation has spent $50 million studying digital media learning.
Wow,
Find out,
kaya?
one of the things they've learned is that technological change is dizzying and digital. For young people, the underlying values of learning, play, and self-expression are the same big things as
Ang hirap kong pigilan. Tatawa ko.
Fewer public places is getting out. So
Ay,
instead,
baliktad. Ang hirap kong pigilan ng tawa. Naiiyak ako.
for them social networks like Instagram or Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Social networks only exist
Facebook?
after half
Facebook.
of the visitors
Follow
network
them sa
notification in all age groups. And if Facebook was a country, it would be the third largest, after India and China. So who exactly are kids hanging out with? Well, surveys of U.S. teens indicate that most use social media to socialize with people they already know or are already loosely connected with. Good news, right? But what exactly are they doing in cyberspace? Well, a survey from the National School Boards Association reported that 60% of young people use their social networks to talk about educational topics, and 50% talk specifically about schoolwork.
Yes, tama yan.
But what about
75% ng
well,
buhay namin nakalain sa
texting doesn't improve language skills. A popular assumption is that the act of texting is damaging to
Sana
someone's
all.
ability to successfully write.
Sana all walang social distancing.
However, was related to very informal writing, and that textism density was also positively related toward reading, vocabulary, and phonological awareness. You would also think that texting would encourage poor spelling, but according to a study in the UK, you would be wrong. This study of 8 to 12-year-olds showed that children who regularly use texting shorthand actually improve their ability to spell. Okay, so why does this matter?
Bawasan mo yung ability ko.
The American Academy of Pediatrics, new media helps students enhance communication skills, facilitate social interaction, develop technical skills, enable collaboration, and shape identity. You get the idea. In fact, new media can be a useful adjunct to, and in some cases is already replacing traditional learning methods. Because let's face it,
Oo. So, tayo naman sa hindi na tayo traditional learning ngayon, di ba? Anong tawag
Oh,
sa
yeah.
ginagawa natin? Online learning. Yes, online learning. Pero ang hirap nito, guys, is
this is third culture.
Kasi bago pa lang naman tayo sa
Don't worry.
ganitong
Wala
talaga.
ka sa classroom.
Our teachers, our schools, and us.
So, is it third
Cyber
year?
war.
Oo nga. Uy. Bye, Cyberwise.
Thank you! So,
That's it.
all. That's it. Anong masasabi natin? Anong masasabi?
Ang masasabi ng ating mga kalahok. Number 1. kalahok. Si Grace muna.
Anong masasabi?
Hindi ka nagsasalita.
Pros and cons na lang.
natin yung mga pros and cons na new media.
Negative, positive effect.
Sa positive muna. Start na.
Start, guys.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, kanina.
Sa positive muna, syempre, nakakasabay tayo kung ano yung meron ngayon. Updated, ganon, advanced learning, ganon, hindi slow. Pero may negative pa rin siya kasi, diba, sabi nga doon sa video, 75% ng buhay natin is nakadepende doon. Hindi natin alam if either alam natin na may negative yun, na may negative possibility na yun, na pwede mangyari sa atin. That's all.
Thank you. Salamat.
Thank you.
Salamat, guys. Salamat sa inyo.
Big information.
Oh, yeah. Salute.
Baliktad.
Yeah. Ay, balik. Tama ba yung sa akin? Hindi ko alam.
Okay, so,
Nagalokohan tayo eh.
I have COVID. Ito, yung pros nitong social media na to ay, itong media na to ay sa entertainment, na bibigyan lang tayo ng libangan, matututo tayo, madali nang matuto. Halimbawa, gusto mo mag-gitara, tingin ka lang sa YouTube, meron ng mga...
Yung?
Yung!
Professional ka.
Oo, uy.
Sample.
Pero, sa cons naman, sa maling pangalan na ginagamit yung new media, yung ibang tao ginagamit nila sa cyberbullying, identity theft, scammy, kaya, ayun, hindi sa lahat yung pornography na content niya ginagamit nila sa sexual harassment, yung new media.
Kahit sa...
Ito naman, like, Gray, ano pa ba? Ano?
Sa akin, ang positive side ng media, lalo na ngayong may pandemic.
Ay, ano sagot?
Pwede tayo usap. Sa akin.
This is scripted.
Kasi, di ba, pandemic, tapos bawal lumabas, bawal mag-socialize kung ano, bawal lumiit sa tao. So, maganda siyang way para makipag-communicate, ma-express yung sarili mo or something na gusto mong gawin para malibang at para hindi mo ma-bored. Tapos, ang negative naman para sa akin,
Smile lang tayo, smile.
ang negative naman para sa akin, hindi siya maganda sa health kasi radiation din yung paggamit lagi ng laptop, gadgets, or whatsoever na electronic devices, di ba? So, oo kayo.
Tulog.
Oh, ikaw na lang, mauna kayo, baka meron ka.
Pagsasalitain niyo ba ako? Ba't ayaw niyo ata pagsalitain?
Oo, ito nga, ikaw
Kasi tama lang kung gusto
Yan na.
mo.
Siyempre, important ng new media. Makakapag-communicate ka sa mga pamilya mo dun sa ibang bansa, mga OFW, ayan, makakapagpatuloy ang inyong kasiyahan gamit ang new media. Oh, yeah.
Tama naman ka.
Oh, tama. Agree.
Tama dyan.
Oh, siyempre, nakakasama rin to. Mamaya, magpadala ka ng...
Kasi, madala ko ng
Oh, sige, hindi na ako pinagsalita. Ako naman. Mamaya ka na. Okay. Siyempre, nakakasama din to. Or, limbawa, kasi kami, nagpapadala ng pera dun sa, limbawa, taga dun sa Visayas, gano'n. Mamaya, mapeki ka. Ayun, masama yun. Ay, hindi pala yun. O bakit? Gcash, bakit? Oo. Tama ako. Gcash yun. Oo nga. Mga. Gcash yun, di ba?
Oo, masyadong makabatok.
Sabi niyo pa ba eh?
uwi din.
Tapos na ako.
Tapos ka na? O, sige na. Yun lang guys. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig. Dito na rin natin gawin yung outro. Mag-exam. Okay, pangalan nila, Tina Grace at Mona. Okay, sige. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig. Paalam. Sana yung may natutunan kayo. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
God bless.
Adios.
Adios.
Na akong masabi. Ayoko na. Babay na po.